Hello to my YouTube family, Tom Scrollo here, and in this video we're going to be discussing whether, and you've read it right, whether you should go all in into Bitcoin right now. And without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. But as always, before we begin, please, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I make a new upload. And also down in the description of this video, you'll find a link to my free Telegram channel, which you can join for free and always stay alerted to the market fluctuations. And I can always post a lot faster in Telegram than I can on YouTube. So join it for free. And as always, my trading competition is currently happening online. It's free to join. There's also a link in the pinned comment or in the description of the video where the trading competition has a $50,000 prize pool, and also a top winner takes a guaranteed seat at Crollo Trading Show. So go participate, show what you can do as a trader, see if you can get lucky and win some money, and also come to Dubai for free for season 2 of Crollo Trading Show. Now, currently, we're seeing this incredible breakout right here. And actually, if you haven't seen my live stream from yesterday, then I'll link it somewhere up here. You can check it out. It was very interesting. We had some live trading discussing a lot of interesting topics, and we had like 30,000 people visit this live stream. It was the biggest live stream I've ever done, 5,000 people at the same time. So thank you all for your support. And by the way, as always, for Mr. Spot On, please make some noise on the comments right now. Just tell me, did you make some money with me yesterday or not? Whether you're bullish or you're bearish, or just tell me, how do you feel today? Let me know that in the comments and smash up that like button, and thank you in advance. Now, very big question. A lot of people are going absolutely crazy. The whole Twitter is full and the YouTube is full of, hopium saying that this is the next thing that's going to take us to at least the retest of $45,000 area right here. Now, for this video, I really want to discuss whether that's the case and what's going on with my own trade, because I still have my long trade open, and whether you should really have your hopes up or not. And this is very, very important. So, and in this video, I really want to start by, it's going to be a different style of a video. I really want to take it, like top to bottom approach. Start with what was happening yesterday in the Fed meeting, then talk about Dixie, then talk about the volume, then talk about all the smallest things and what you can expect. So like top to bottom. And at the end, let me know if you enjoy this kind of a format or not, or if I should just go to random format as I always did. So the first things first, let's take a look at what happened with the Fed meeting yesterday, and it was very positive actually. Fed raised rates by 0.5 percentage point, and the biggest rate hike in 2 decades, whatever, but it was something that the market has already priced in, so we really didn't see any abrupt market negative fluctuations, so it was very positive. And also, Jerome Powell gave us some hopium and underlined that the commitment to bring inflation down, that they have actually underlined his commitment to bring the inflation down, but this is most important, but indicated that rising rates by 75 basis points at the time is not something that the committee is actively considering. So this is the biggest reason why Bitcoin pumped and NASDAQ pumped and S&P 500 pumped and everything pumped. So because they're not really, looking, and they're saying that they're not even considering to, do anything crazy, because right now we're at the mercy of Federal Reserve, and unfortunately, it's just the way it is. So it's very important for us to understand their sentiment and what they want to do. And for now, it seems like it's going to be very smooth and a very nice ride. So for that reason, we've seen this pump. Now, but the big question is whether this breakout out of this wedge right here is actually going to have any legs. And as you might remember, let's start with a little bit of hopium. So I've showed you this in one of my previous videos. Let me just make it smaller, just like this. We've seen this chart right here that with every Fed meeting, actually a big rally followed after each single Fed meeting and rising of the interest rates, basically. So the same thing is currently happening right here, and the big question is whether we're going to actually go and retest $50,000, which is actually, if we're going to follow the same kind of a pattern, this could be some hopium for us that this is going to play out real nicely. So for that reason, actually, I've put in a long trade over on BuyBet that actually showed you guys yesterday. It still is in some profit of $1,000 right here. And if you want to be trading actively, then BuyBet is a really great place to do so. Longing or shorting Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency for the spot market, etc. Really great commissions, amazing liquidity, very safe. I personally have over $300,000 with them. And with my exclusive link down in the description of this video or in the pinned comment, you'll get up to $4,100 on top of your initial deposit, and also for For 30 days, you'll have 0% maker fees and then a 30% discount on commissions in general, which is simply epic. So use it to your advantage and claim this real money that BuyBet is giving away to all the new traders who come to BuyBet, which is an incredible thing. And they also have incredible other coins. They have literally a long list if you want to invest in some coins as well. So, and basically right now, actually yesterday, when we had this trade live open and this was happening right here, I actually told you guys that we are seeing some reversal from $40,000, and this is where we actually got rejected from 40K, and that's where I told you that it probably is a smart idea to take partial profits or, you know, close your trade completely if you really wanted to trade that impulse, because after that initial impulse, it's really difficult to say where the price is going to go. And but as for me, I'm not really into that very much active scalp trading that very much lately, and I really, if it's gonna play out, I really want to let it play out and see what's going to happen, because again, $1,000 here and there doesn't really make much difference in my life. But if it would have gone to 45K, that would have been an interesting amount. So for that reason, I really want to keep it for now. But again, this is not financial advice. Right now, it's really very difficult to predict in a short-term perspective if it's going to go up or down in the next 5 minutes. So the risk is still there, and there is something I really wanted to mention in this video, which you have to pay attention to. So that's why I watch it till the end, as always. And so if you want to take your profits, that's entirely up to you, and it would not be a bad idea. Now, one of very important aspects that we have to take a look at currently to understand also what's going on, or what's the potential of currently of Bitcoin, then that's going to be Dixie. And right now we saw, because let me go to the weekly chart, and we will see that this level of the dollar index right here has been the very important level of 103 700, whatever. So, and we've seen a lot of rejection from this level right here in the past, in 2016, then also in 2020, and that's where the bull market of crypto, of Bitcoin, always started. So there is like kind of an inverse correlation of the dollar index. So when the dollar is strengthening, then, you know, others who are supposedly against the dollar, like Bitcoin, for example, are weakening. So when we saw in Dixie the price going down, the index of the dollar going down, that's when Bitcoin was actually rallying up. And the same thing was here. When the Dixie is rallying up, that's when Bitcoin is tending to go more down. And so the same thing was happening here. And right now, a lot of people are predicting that we're seeing a rejection from this area. And if we're going to see this kind of a correction in the coming months and years, then this is going to be another nice bull run for Bitcoin. So again, a little bit of hopium right there for you as well. But if we're going to take a look at a smaller time frame, then we'll see that yesterday also we saw this sell-off after the Fed meeting, but right now we actually are coming back to it. So we'll see what happens here, and you have to always pay attention to all the details. Now let's move to the Bitcoin, and let me show you my price targets and what I'm currently expecting. See, we had this and this is what you have to pay attention to if you're going to be trading actively yourself. This is again a breakout out of this wedge right here, which is, of course, it's very nice, and a lot of people are screaming that it's so freaking amazing. But if we're going to take a look at the volume, we're going to see that there certainly is some kind of a volume, but it's not, you know, this kind of a volume. This is the kind of a volume that really we would want to see, you know, this kind of a powerful move. So even though there is an increase in volume, it's not necessarily something that we want to see. If we're going to go to a smaller time frame, then you're going to see something even worse. So we saw a spike in volume right here when we were breaking through, actually, which is a very important level, which I'm going to get to in a second, which is 39,300. And when we broke it, and this whole thing with the Fed was happening after the Fed meeting, at the press conference of Fed, we actually had some volume. But now look, it's actually going down. There is no volume currently right here. So unless we move very soon upward again, then it might actually turn out to be a fake out. And remember, there is really no legs in terms of on-chain data that I've been showing you previously. So subscribe to this YouTube channel. There's a lot to learn here. And as I showed you before in the on-chain data, we're not really seeing very powerful accumulation trends from the whales that very much, even though a lot of the Bitcoin is actually in cold storage, and a lot of on-chain data is telling us that at some point we're going to see the bottom, and it's actually going to be quite amazing. But it's, again, in the short-term perspective, these kinds of things can be very, very dangerous and can liquidate a lot of people. So be mindful of the volume in this instance right here. As for myself and how I am currently looking at this situation, and with this current trade of mine, I have my stop loss already in profit. So whatever happens is going to be a free trade for me. As I said, this is my just approach to the current market situation. There is a high likelihood that this is going to be just another, you know, hopium situation and another fake out. And if it's gonna be so, that's fine for me. I don't really care that very much. But the thing is right now that we've actually, as we've broken out of this wedge going upward, we also broke, which I actually mentioned also on Twitter, and follow me on Twitter, just a verified account, and just make sure you don't communicate with any fake accounts on Telegram, on Instagram, on Facebook, and everywhere else. I don't really send messages to anyone and don't ask money from anyone. So know that it's all a scam. Now, in this instance, we broke this very important level, which was always important at 39,300. It was confirmed many, many times. At some point turned into a floating one, but nonetheless, it still is very important. So right now, we might come back to it. We might actually retest it and then go up. And this could be an interesting place to put in an extra long trade over on BuyBet if that's going to play out. But again, be very careful and mind your risk and money management. So right now, we are still in a good area. So still, we are still hovering above 39,300. This is, I'm still peaceful. If it's gonna move below and it's gonna trigger my stop loss and stop me out with a small profit, so be it, that's absolutely fine. But if this plays out, because again, you have to also give it some credit that these kinds of, you know, it's not pulling back really fast. So it's creating like kind of a small kind of a wedge going downward right here. So these are actually quite bullish. Remember that oftentimes, if we're going to go to a 4-hour chart, then these kinds of things, oftentimes, you know, there is a big explosion, then some kind of, well, let me remove it. There is an explosion, then some kind of a small hesitation, and then another move up, so another leg up. So this is also a possibility there here that I'm considering. And if this is going to play out like this, and we're going to get pushed really hard, like in the BART pattern in the next hour or so, or in the next few hours today, then and if 39,300 is going to hold, then our next target certainly is going to be this resistance right here, which has been very important from the daily chart, the yellow one. You've seen this many times, this one right here. So in this instance, our target will be, let's just take a look, 4-hour. Let's take a look. The target is going to be $41,000, which even in of itself, 41K is a very important key market level. And then subsequently, the most important key market level in the short-term perspective, and that is 42,300. So if you're going to stick around and take some profit at around 41K, and then if you're going to see this another pump here, then take some more profit at 42,300 for sure as well. But as I mentioned, if we're hovering above 39 for the time being, while we're hovering above 39,300, it still is okay. So let's see how this plays out. And as always, stay smart, stay rich. If you want to become one of my students, go to thomascorallo.com and become one of my students at my certified and accredited trading learning programs, 5 months long trading learning programs, and learn how to do all these things yourself independently and crush the market. And best of luck. Let me know down in the comments if you've enjoyed this kind of a format of a video, top to bottom approach with all the details, macroeconomics, etc. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.